It's not unusual for Pat and I to get a telephone call from our client in the evening, but I could tell by the tone of voice, this one was serious. Hi, I'm Chuck Vosburgh from NextHome, your favorite realtor, along with Pat. And in this story, I'd like to tell you about Mike and Jeff. Mike and Jeff are guys that we met through a referral from a friend, and they were the kind of guys you just immediately like. I know you know how it is when you just meet someone and from that first moment you just like them. Well, that's how these guys were. Well, they were both guys who are retired, and as the years go by, you know, they had some changes in their health and their ability to take care of the house, so they wanted to downsize and at the same time move somewhere a little bit north of here where they had a little more land and a little more space around them in a place that would be easier to take care of. So that's the kind of thing Pat and I specialize in, because downsizing, that's something we love because we got special skills in dealing with not only all the logistics and planning involved in downsizing, but also the emotions involved, because when people are downsizing, there are a lot of special considerations and there's a lot of extra patience and care that has to be taken. So anyway, getting back to Mike and Jeff, we put together a plan. First of all, we made sure that this was going to be a good financial move for them, because the last thing we wanted to have happen was them sell their house and then find themselves short on funds to do what they wanted to do for the next step of their life. So we did an analysis. We figured out that yes, this is a good move for them, and there'll be plenty of money at the end of it to do exactly what they want. We gave them about a month to declutter, get rid of the personal items, because they'd lived there a long time and stuff accumulates over time. We figured it would take them at least a month. Well, a week later, Mike called me and said, "Hey, Chuck, we're ready." And so Pat and I went over there, and sure enough, they were ready. It was just spotless. They had all the personal items were gone, all the clutter gone. It was ready to put on the market. So we were just so impressed with those guys. We put it on the market, and since these guys are retired, it was really easy to show because they could just go get a cup of coffee whenever someone was coming by. Sold very quickly, and that brings us to the phone call. We've got it under contract. We're pretty close to the closing, and I got a call from Mike one evening. He said, "Chuck, Jeff fell and he's in the hospital." And I was like, "Oh my God, that's terrible." So the long and short of it is, Jeff fell down, he hurt himself, he was in the hospital, he's expected to be there for several days. Now, we were getting pretty close to closing, so we had to do some things that are really common. A lot of times people can't attend a closing at the title company, so right away we scheduled the closing to be either at the hospital or at their home, depending on where he's going to be at the time. And we also had to make some other plans too. As it turned out, Jeff got home several days before the closing, but he was in no condition to move any stuff around or to help with the final moving. And it became very apparent as we got closer to the date of move, they were not going to be able to get all their stuff out of there. And on top of that, the new buyers, they couldn't extend because they had sold their house and a truck was going to be showing up on the day after closing with all their stuff. So there was no way that they could extend to accommodate these guys. So it came down to about the last 3 days. Pat and I, we went over there. We've got a truck and a trailer, and we helped these guys move to their new location about an hour away. We made several trips back and forth and moved some of the heaviest furniture I've ever lifted. And we got them out of there, got them up to their new place up north of here, and everything was okay. And it came right down to the wire. We had just moved the last bit of furniture out of there about an hour before the walkthrough, before the buyer's closing. So the whole moral of this story is you got to be ready for unexpected things. Things always come up, and we try to stay ahead of problems and plan ahead for them. We knew that these guys were, I don't want to say they're old because they're really not, but they weren't in the best physical condition of their lives. So we knew they might have problems with moving the last of the stuff out. So we kind of cleared our schedule in advance. It's a good thing we did. And we knew that there was a possibility the closing might have to be at their house because of health reasons. So we chose a title company that was able to do that. So staying ahead of the problems, that's really the key. Out of the whole thing, we ended up with some dear friends and people that will be friends for life. And that's just what I love about this business, is that we get involved in people's lives during an important time in their life. And we didn't plan on helping these guys move. That's not what we usually do. But these people had become friends. So we helped them out. Everything was good. You know, it kind of reminds me of our tagline, humans over houses. And that's really what it's all about with us, putting humans over houses. So Jeff and Mike are in their new place right now. They're just happy as can be. Their old house has its new occupant. They're really happy. They love it. They started doing some changes to make it theirs, and everybody's smiling. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the little story. And if you know anybody that's thinking about making a move, Pat and I would sure love to talk with them. My number is 727-743-1740. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.